In this video, I'm going to show you how to build my version of the Dirge. I've titled it the Dirge for it's based off the Varun Dirge 1, 2, or 3 ships that you might find. There was some things I liked about the original and some things I didn't like. The original had a side loading bay, and I did change the cockpit. But I will show how to put an original cockpit on as well. But I really wanted to have the front loading bay. And I did some other cosmetic things to it. So as built, I did upgrade it to a B-class ship. 1500 shields. It's only got 700 cargo. So it's definitely not a huge cargo hauler. But that can be increased. There's space for it. Max crew is 6, 30 light year jump range, 100 mobility, and 150 top speed. And I'll throw the weapons up here. Alright, what I'm going to do now is get it broken apart into its sections. And I will take the color off so it's easier to see. So I'll be right back. Okay, I've got it broken apart into its 3 levels. Got the ground floor level, the mid level, and then the top level here. I've also got the original cockpit over here that I'll show at the very end how to snap that in if you prefer that look. Alright, starting on the bottom, we got the Deimos landing bay up front center where I like it. Then we got some Stroud caps, Acculanders, 104DS reactor, R4000 grav, 2 more Acculanders either side, and SA-4330s. Down the center, we've got some hope pipes. And there is one back there that's glitched through these. These are snap glitched. Also, there is the shield generator. Now, if you don't want to snap glitch, you can just omit this one. And also in the back here, these two, if you don't want to snap glitch, you can just do that. But I put these in because I think they look cool. And that concludes the bottom. But I think that the snap glitching really makes it look good. Alright, moving up. Mid-level. Stroud nose. Stroud braking. Another nose. We've got a 1x1 companionway here. A 1x1 companionway here. We got the control station down here. It's our side docker, which works well on this build. And we've got a workshop. Behind that, we've got these cargo holds. I just kept those 2 on because they look good with the design. We got our 500T fuel tank there, moving around to the back. Hope pipes and a hope nose. And that completes that level. No snap glitching involved there. Oh, and I did put portholes on the 1x1s. Top level. Got the 2 Stroud nose caps. We've got the Hope Tech cockpit and companionway there. I think it gave it more of a snake-like look to it. Immediately behind the cockpit, we got the all-in-one berth. That's the Deimos belly aft. Stroud cowlings. Deimos spine C. fore and aft, and a Deimos spine A. Gave it a nice little ridge on the back there. And we've got our other two engines. And again, two of these flip glitched into place. And that kind of completes the build for this. It does have a max crew of 8. If you wanted the crew to come down, you could flip this control station if you wanted something else. Like you wanted a science lab. Where does it take the crew? Let's see. Takes the crew to 6. So you didn't even really need a control station there. With the current build, you could have a science lab, workshop. Actually, I'm going to keep that. I like that better. And still have a crew of 6. Put these back on. I just thought these looked good. You could do anything between the top and bottom row engines. I'm not sure why this one won't snap. Let's do individual. Okay, it's the weapons. I'll move these here. Right there. Take the weapon off. Same thing here, take the weapon off. And see, now that one snapped in. I guess these weapons are bigger on one side than the other. That's why that piece wouldn't go on. This one here is the only one, I guess, other than that front piece. Those two are the flip glitch ones. Oh, that one doesn't need to be flipped. Alright, so that is my take on it. If you wanted the original looking cockpit for this build, you're going to have to do what the devs did. So I don't understand why that won't go in. It just won't with the game mechanics. So the only way to get around that is to find a 1x1. Any 1x1 will do. And then you have to snap glitch it. So you select it, Control G, cancel. Oh. There you go. Then you can delete your parts. And then you have the original. Let me move these out of the way so you can get a better feel for it. So that's the original Dirge look. If you wanted to go with that and not the one I chose, you could use it. I prefer this cockpit on this build. Okay, we're gonna go do a walk around, and I'll be right back. So this is the ship. I think it has a really nice look to it. I prefer the Hope cockpit to the Stroud, but like I showed, you can use either. And that's why I kept those cargo racks, but any square cargo rack could pretty much fit in there. Just an overall nice look, I think. And definitely prefer the front loading cockpit. The Dirge, like I said, originally had the side thing where you always had to walk to it. Didn't like it. Alright, walk in the loading bay. Come into this one by one and straight into the workshop. That's a one by one. And I did go ahead and keep the science lab switched out. Originally I had the workshop here and control stations here, but crew of 6 is more than adequate for me. So we got science lab. This is our docker over here, side docker. It's really nice. And this is just decorative, one by one. So this is the front of the ship. You come in the front, you walk to the back. You got your docker, your science lab. Up
hey,
one level.
Thanks for interrupting my daydream.
Hop up into the one by one. Back here is your all-in-one berth.
Thanks for stopping to chat.
And up here is the cockpit. So I think a pretty nice layout overall. You can grab your nap straight down and out of the ship. And when you come into the ship, you've got access to your workshop straight away. Okay, that concludes the build portion of the video. If you want to see the speed test and some combat footage, stick around. Catch you all in the next one. Okay, for the speed test, the base speed of the ship with no perks is 150. So let's get up to speed, and I'm going to take pips out of the engines until we get to 150. So with full perks, your top speed will be 180 basically. Wow. Alright, so we're going to have to simulate that that's 150. Alright, so with no perks, 150. $625 boost, no perks. Full perks, 180 top speed. And over 700. Maneuverability, very good. I mean, you can really swing this thing around. That's with reduced pip or bars and engines. We go full bars and engines. can see very, very maneuverable. Okay, that concludes speed test. Let's go see if we can find some combat. Oi, too low.
You shall be judged.
Take out the big dog first.
We must repair the gas line. You are nothing more than an offering. Shield down. You're vulnerable.
See, with only 7 weapons, you're more than good with these things.
Face your suffering.
There we go. Level 64.
Great serpent demands blood.
And level 56. Oh, that's a Eulogy 3. We definitely don't want to be in front of that. Those things can punch.
We are defenseless.
So this weapon loadout, maneuverability on this ship, more than adequate to pretty much handle anything that comes your way. Alright, I think you get an idea. This thing is capable in combat. Fully capable in combat. And I think has a nice, more serpentine look with this cockpit. Alright, that concludes the video. Thanks for watching. Catch you all on the next one.